Shalom, 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 shalom. Hello, everyone out there. Welcome back to the Midrash channel. We will continue on with our reading of the Tehillim or the Psalm. Today we're reading we'll be reading Tehillim 35, 36, Psalm 35, 36. I will be reading out of the TS 2009 version of the text or the Bible. So let's get to it. And then we'll go from there. Tehillah, Psalm 35. O Yahweh, strive with those who strive with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take hold of shield and armor, and rise for my help. Draw out spear and lance to meet those who pursue me. Say to my life, I am your deliverance. Let those be ashamed and blush who seek my life. Let those be turned back and abashed who plot evil to me. Let them be as chaff before the wind, with a messenger of Yahweh driving on. Let their way be dark and slippery, with a messenger of Yahweh pursuing them. For without cause they hid their net for me. Without cause they dig a pit for my life. Let ruin come upon him unawares, and let his net that he hid catch himself. Let him fall into ruin, but let my own being exult in Yahweh. Let it rejoice in his deliverance. Let my bones say, Yahweh, who is like you, delivering the poor from one stronger than he, and the poor and the needy from him who robs him. Ruthless witnesses rise up. They ask me that which I knew not. They reward me for evil for good, bereaving my life. But I, when they were sick, I put on sackcloth. I humbled my being with fastings, and my prayer would return to my own bosom. I walked about as though he were my friend or brother. I bowed down mourning, as one mourning for a mother. But they rejoiced at my stumbling, and they gathered together. The smiters gathered against me, and I did not know it. They tore in pieces without ceasing. With unclean ones, mockers at feasts, gnashing at me with their teeth. Yahweh, how long would you look on? Rescue my being from the destructions, my only life from the lions. I give you thanks in the great assembly. I praise you among a mighty people. Let not my lying enemies rejoice over me, or those who hate me without cause wink their eyes. For they do not speak peace, but they devise words of deceit against the peaceable ones of the land. And they open their mouth wide against me, and they say, Aha, aha, our eyes have seen it. This you have seen, O Yahweh. Do not be silent. O Yahweh, do not be far from me. Stir up yourself and awake to my right rulings, to my cause, my Elohim, my master. Rule me mightily, O Yahweh, my Elohim, according to your righteousness, and let them not rejoice over me. Let them not say in their hearts, Aha, our desire. Let them not say, We have swallowed him up. Let those who are rejoicing in my evil be ashamed and abashed together. Let those who are exalting themselves over me be clad with shame and humiliation. Let those who delight in my righteous cause shout for joy and be glad. And let them always say, Let Yahweh be made great, who is desiring the peace of his servant. And my tongue shall speak of your righteousness all day long. Hallelujah. There's a few things going on in that Tehillah. We see that at the beginning, like verses 1 through 6, we see that the writer is pleading for help. He's saying, Help me. My heart cries out. He's crying out to the Most High. He's asking for his assistance, for his deliverance, for his intervention in the thing that he is dealing with. He says that these enemies are upon me. Help me, Yah. They look at me, they come after me, they seek me out as prey. They see me as a target. They see me as a sheep without a shepherd. They wish for my downfall. But Father, I ask that you let them be caught in their own trap. They're trying to trap me. They're trying to hem me up. Father, be there for me. Father, rescue me from the hand of those who have plotted and schemed against me. Then the writer goes on to say around verse 10, he goes on to say that Elohim, Yahweh, is an avenger. Not like Thor, not like Iron Man, not like Captain America, Black Widow, or Spider-Man, or any of those people. He is the original avenger. He is the one who takes revenge upon those who will come against his people, based on the covenant he has with his people. And the writer is reaching out to him based on he's imploring him according to the agreement that has been established with the Most High by his fathers. This is an Israelite calling out to the Elohim that he is following, the one that was given to him by his father, the one who he has seen deliver his people in the past, the one who delivered them out of the iron furnace called Mizraim or Egypt, the one who has seen them through so many times, through so many battles, through so many situations. He's calling out to him. He's saying to him, Father, I treated them well, and for my good treatment, they're giving me bad. When I treated them like they were my own brother, like they were my own sister. I looked out for them. I cared for them. By implication, he's saying that this was somebody he trusted, somebody he should not have trusted, someone he or she, because that can go either way, unless it's a man writing this, that I trusted a friend. I called somebody a friend was truly my enemy. And they were just laying wait for me, waiting in a trap. They laughed at me. I treated them well, but they lashed out at me. They betrayed me. When I failed, when I faltered, they laughed. They slandered me. They left me for dead and plotted to take me out. Then he's saying, going on to verse 17, he's asking for a rescue from these enemies who are stronger than he. He calls them lions. This attack animal is upon me. Animals, that's important that we look at the lion for a quick second. A lion is a pack animal. In other words, they hunt in a pack. Rarely, yes, they can hunt on their own, but they usually don't. They hunt together. So usually when people are upon you, when they're plotting against you, most of them are too cowardly to come up one-on-one with you. They're going to plot and scheme. They're going to look for ways to trap you up, to hem you up. Some of these people who will come after you will be people who realize that they can't use you, that they can't misuse you, that they can't abuse you. So what they do is, following the pack mentality of a lion, they will go confederate and pull people into a plot or a scheme in order to discredit you and ultimately take you out. While all the time playing to be your friend, playing to be your brother, playing to be your sister, your aunt, your coach, the one who loves you. They will say these things, but inwardly the plot and the scheme is to subtract you and remove you. Come on, son. So in this time, he's asking for a rescue. In verse 17, he's asking for the Most High to come in. He is invoking Yahweh Gabor Milkama. I'm supposed to be reading these Psalms. Why am I doing this right here? This is a teaching, but I'm going to make it quick. Yahweh Gabor Melkama. Basically, you'll find that in Psalm 24 and 8. We did read Psalm 24. Verse 8, what is really is a phrase. It is saying that he is looking for Yahweh or Yahweh, the strong and mighty one of war. He's asking for the captain of the host to come. He's asking for the undefeated general of the armies of the Shamayim to intervene on his behalf. The unbeaten one, the battle-tested one, the one who has never dropped his spear, his bow. He's never dropped his gun. He has never lost a fight. Anybody who challenged him, he destroyed them. He's invoking the presence of Yahweh Gabor Melkama. Go study. Learn your word. Melkama, let me make it plain. Melkama really means war. And that comes from the word lakam, which lakam means to fight or do battle. The Most High is not this sissy, soft, sweet, aromatic guy sitting around on a bench like a doddering old grandfather who's watching his children do things and is just this big pacifist sitting on a throne. No, that's not him at all. The strong and mighty one. He is the one who intercedes on behalf of his people. See, a covenant is an unbreakable bond. And he says that those who trust in me will never be ashamed. I believe that's Isaiah 49, somewhere around there, around verse 23. The Most High is saying that he will always intercede on your behalf. Even at the book of Hazan, Revelation, we see that everything ends with a battle. Once again, he picks up his vestments. He puts on the armor. He straps on the fatigues. He grabs the rambo knife and the guns, and he goes out to take care of business. The Most High Yah is waiting to intercede on the behalf of those who trust in him. So the writer is invoking that presence of the Most High. He's saying, deliver me from these things and crush my enemies. Verse 18, he says, rise up against my enemies who have no fear of you. He's reminding them that those who are attacking me do not even fear you. They see you as a punk. They see you as soft because they see me going through this and they think you won't come. He is provoking the presence of the Most High, knowing that he will act because he will never leave his people to be ashamed. Neither will he let his name be mocked. And he will never give his glory to another. And he's saying, be my defense, be my shield, my exceeding great reward. And he says, at the end of it, he says, my tongue shall speak of you, of your righteousness, of your ability to do things, to do the thing that you said you would do in the time you said you would do it. That's around verse 28 of that Tehillim. So the Most High, he's invoking him. He's letting him know, he's making his petition known, and he's asking him to intervene in a manner in which the enemies, A, for one, he's delivered, and two, the enemies are crushed and they can come no more. That's the reading of Tehillim 35. Let's go on to verse 30. Let's go on to 36. Tehillim 36. We read, starting in verse 1. Transgression speaks to the wrong within his heart. Fear of Elohim is not before his eyes, for he flatters himself with his own eyes to find crookedness to be hated. The words of his mouth are wickedness and deceit. He has ceased to be wise and to do good. He plots wickedness on his bed. He sets himself in a way that is not good. He does not despise evil. O Yahweh, your loving commitment is in the heavens, and your trustworthiness reaches to the clouds. Your righteousness is like the mighty mountains. Excuse me. Your right rulings are a great deep. O Yahweh, you save man and beast. How precious is your loving commitment, O Elohim. And the sons of men take refuge in the shadow of your wings. They are filled with from fatness of your house. That means the overflow of your house, the goodness there. And you give them drink from the river of your pleasures. For with you is the fountain of life. In your light we see light. Draw out your loving kindness to those who know you, and your righteousness to the upright in heart. Do not let the foot of pride come against me, and the hand of the wrong drive me away. There the workers of wickedness have fallen, and they have been overthrown, and have been unable to rise. You see two things going on here, at least I do. I see two things here. The beginning of it starts talking about the character of the wicked, of those who are gone astray, those who walk in anomia, lawlessness. This is what he says. He says they have no fear of Yahweh. Yahweh, you may say. They have no fear of Yah. They're arrogant. They're prideful. They despise plot. They're always devising a plot. Their mouth is full of lies. Anytime they're talking, don't believe them. He even goes to bed thinking about wickedness. How evil can you be? He said that they plot and scheme. They go to bed meditating on wickedness to do the next day. So in so many words. And they love doing wrong. And they have no fear of anything. They have no fear of evil. They like it, actually. He's saying this is the character of those who walk against you, walk not in your ways. Those who look to make merchandise of others. Those who are always looking to do something that is not good towards another person. Those who are always looking for another way. Those who rebel against your word. But then we see, when we turn the verse, I think it's starting at verse 5, it talks about how we start to begin to see the character of Yahweh. It says, your loving kindness and commitments fill the Shamayim, and your character fills the world. We see that, I think it's verse 5, 6, 7. It talks about how 5, 6, and 7. It's talking about how your character fills the sky and the oceans beneath. Because he says that he talks about how it goes up to the clouds, it reaches up to the heavens. And then he goes down and he says, your rulings are a great deep. Oh, Yahweh, you save man and beast. How precious is your loving commitment. And we read, if you looked at some of our earlier, a couple of videos ago, we talked about what the meaning of loving commitment means. It means to be surrounded, engulfed, and encamped, but we give a more in-depth understanding of what that means over there. So he's saying that his loving kindness, his commitment are completely submerging his people. It's not just surrounding you, it's all over you. It's like when you jump into a pool and you jump into the deep part and you sink down towards the bottom before you rise back up. When you get deep in that water, you realize you're completely engulfed by it. And the Most High's loving commitment and his kindness and his word and his covenant is completely surrounding and encamping his people. They're completely enthralled by it. So this is where we find ourselves in this day. The Most High is looking, he's telling us that his word and his promises are completely engulfing those who trust in him. And he says, for within him is the fountain of life. And in his light, we find light. And he said, and the writer is saying that he's asking that his loving commitment is shown in the lives of those who trust him. And that that we will not walk in pride, that we will not walk in arrogance, that we will not walk in the evil way. And that you will keep the wrong from us. I believe it's around verse 11. He says, and the hand of the wrong drive me away. In other words, keep wickedness from me. Keep unrighteousness from me. Let it not be in my presence, Father, because as long as you draw me closer into your presence, because when I'm in your presence, then the presence of the enemy, the wrong way, cannot be in my presence. I remember a preacher one time said this. He says, I'm not saying that I don't do wrong, but I find the closer I get to him, being the Most High, the less wrong I do. And that is what this writer here in Tehillim 36 is asking for. Draw me closer into your presence. I need to be baptized in your presence. I need to be surrounded in camp. I need to drown in your loving commitment so that the things outside of that cannot touch me. And in that place, they're overthrown. They are destroyed because in the presence of the Most High can dwell no evil. He's asking that his presence completely engulfs him. And that when he goes out, that the enemy will have no place, no plan, that he will immediately fall under the might, the crushing power of the Most High Yah. Kind of like what we talked about just in the last one, Yahweh El Gabor, or Milkama. So that's where we are. So this is what I have for you today. I want you to be encouraged and realize that when you draw closer to him, he draws closer to you. And when you draw close to him, his loving commandment, his kindness, his love, his action takes place in your life. And he's waiting on you and he's waiting on me to draw closer to him so that we can walk in the present and the promises that he gave us. But it's up to us to make that choice, to make that call, and to trust him, because only his covenant can be activated once we are in agreement with him. It's waiting on us, and it's waiting for us to plug into the power source so that we can receive the current from heaven, like a cord plugged into a wall. That's what I have for today. I thank you for joining me on this one. I haven't uploaded in a few days, and I appreciate you all. And to you, I say shalom, and I'll see you next time.